Do you want to know the fastest way to spot a narcissist so that you can instantly shut them down? In this video, I'm going to give you the fastest way to be able to figure it out so that you can maybe repel them as quickly as possible. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I've been recognized by U.S. News as one of the best lawyers in America. I am also a globally recognized narcissist negotiation expert. And on this channel, we talk about all things narcissism so that you can spot narcissists, be able to interact with narcissists from a powerful place, be able to take back your power, be able to shift that dynamic with narcissists. I've written a couple of best-selling books. I have another one actually on the way so that you can actually get everything that you need to be able to start learning how to become the best version of yourself. And my new one is called Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. And I'm so excited to tell you that you can actually get it now, even though it's in pre-order. And when you pre-order it, you can actually get early access to the entire manuscript and get access to tons and tons of bonuses. And you can do that at slaythebully.com. So go check that out at slaythebully.com. All right. So in this video, we're going to be exploring the fastest way to spot a narcissist and be able to get in and out of this situation before they may even realize that you're onto them, which is a pretty cool thing. All right. So narcissists, I know they can be so charming. And that's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, what if you're just dealing with a jackass? Well, here's the thing. Narcissists don't come off as jackasses at the beginning. They come off as amazing. They come off as maybe the perfect person on the planet, making it challenging to figure out that you're actually dealing with them and identifying them at first glance. So in this video, I want to equip you with the essential tools and the knowledge that you're going to need to recognize their traits right away. All right. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is understand what it is that you're dealing with when you're dealing with a narcissist. A narcissist has no sense of self on the inside. They feel totally and completely empty inside. You know, it's a very, very fragile ego that you're dealing with. It's constantly on the edge. It's almost like glass. It's very empty inside. And so they need as much as you can feed them from the external sources, always needing to feed this beast, always needing to feed from the external. Can you feed me from here? Or can you feed me from here? And let me explain what I mean by that. I call it diamond level supply or coal level supply. Diamond level supply is how they look to the world, how they look to the world, how they look to the world. Coal level supply is, can I control and debase and demean others? How they look to the world, they will protect and defend that at any cost. That's going to be more important to them than relationships, than anything, you know, because their relationship with themselves is more important than anything else. So they've got this grandiose sense of self, and they need to exaggerate their achievements, exaggerate their talents. They need to constantly highlight their attention and their validation for themselves. So that's going to be more important than anything. They need to discuss their uniqueness, their achievements, and how special they are, especially in comparison to others. So that's the first thing that you'll notice. The second thing is that this lack of empathy. They struggle to understand or care about other people's feelings. Many times they've taken on this ability to maybe mirror what it looks like to care about other people. So they'll be like, oh yes, I see what you mean. So they know what it looks like to pretend to care about other people, but they don't actually care. deep down inside, they don't actually care about other people other than themselves. They completely disregard anyone else other than themselves. They're not able to form relationships, true real relationships with people. They don't truly care if somebody is sick, or if somebody's mother died, or if somebody has pain or something like that. They want to do things for others because it might make them look good to do that. Bring a basket of something for somebody who's in the hospital because it might make them look good to do that. But they don't actually care about that person or feel anything about that person. They'll do these things to manipulate for their own gain. So that's complete lack of empathy. As far as red flags and the behavioral patterns, they go after people, especially in that love bombing stage, whether it's a business relationship or a personal relationship. They move that relationship along very, very, very quickly. They want to get that to that next stage as quickly as possible. So whoever it is, they make it seem like it's a perfect match. You are perfect. We are soulmates. I can't believe how wonderful we are. Where have you been all my life? Everything is amazing. They can't keep that up for very long because they don't want to have to keep depositing in for very long, because they want to start taking withdrawals as soon as they possibly can, because they want for themselves as quickly as they possibly can. They want to meet the family, or they want to become business partners, or they want to do things as quickly as they can, because they don't want to have to keep up this ruse of doing something for another person for very long, because they're looking to, when am I going to get something out of this deal? That's the one thing you'll see. They're pushing, rushing. Let's go to Vegas. Let's get married. Let's move in together. Let's get our checking accounts mixed together. And then they're starting to push the people that you're close to out of the way. And you're going to start to see that devaluing start happening right away. You're going to start to see little digs happening right away. And excessive self-centeredness, always bringing that conversation back to themselves, needing constant admiration, needing constant praise. And then maybe you start to see where they didn't have good relationships with people in their past. There's always maybe something wrong with an ex, or something wrong with their former stepchildren or their former business partner or something. There's always something, where their life hasn't been fair, or maybe they make themselves out to be a victim. They disregard or dismiss other people's achievements or experiences. And then they start using now gaslighting on you. They start manipulating you. You start to find out things about them, things about their past, or they're starting to lie to you, and they're starting to disregard it. They're starting to disregard that reality. You're starting to see, wait a minute, I'm now catching you in situations, and they're actually starting to say, you know what you're seeing, that's not true. That's not reality. You're blowing things up. You're blowing things out of proportion. All of a sudden, you're now starting to become victims of that reality. You agreed to pay me back that money I lent you. That never happened. I never said I was going to pay you back this way. We agreed that was going to be part of the partnership, something like that. You're now starting to become a victim of this gaslighting. You're now starting to become part of their warped reality, and they're starting to future fake you. Oh, come on, you're going to see, it's all going to be better. Why should we talk about this? Let's not talk about this now. Let's focus on the future. They don't ever want to start taking responsibility for current. They only want to ever talk about future, because they don't ever want to have to take responsibility for their past. So they disregard your feelings so that they don't ever have to take responsibility for how they impacted you or how they treated you. Now you're starting to see this lack of accountability, because they don't ever want to have to take responsibility for their actions. So they start to shift blame. They start to shift blame onto others or onto you. There's that lack of remorse, that lack of remorse. As far as body language goes, you'll start to see at the beginning, they might be all into you. They might be dominating you. They might be, at the beginning, it's all consuming. They suck the air out of you. They suck the air out of the relationship because it's just so all consuming, even if it's in a business relationship. Because I know for me, when I was in a business relationship with a narcissist, it was like that. It was, several emails a day. It was calls a day because they're so excited about it. And they don't give you a chance to think. They don't give you a chance to breathe. They don't give you a chance to take a moment to think about whether or not this may be the right thing or not. And if you do try to hesitate, they're right there with reasons why to dismiss it, to bat it away. By the way, if you guys have seen this, I'd love to have you comment below. I've seen this, and what other examples you've seen. And as far as body language goes, boundary violations, even if you've said, hey, today's not a good day to come on over, they end up showing up anyway. Because they're like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about what we're up to or what we're doing or whatever. I mean, I was just dropping something off. I know you said today's not a good day. I'm not staying. I just wanted to drop something off, because they want to like just sort of make it known that I'm here, I'm doing, they ignore your boundaries. They ignore social cues. They ignore your preferences. They're right there. Those are the kinds of things that you're going to see with narcissists right at the beginning of the relationship. If you are a person that maybe wants that, or, maybe that you find this flattering, maybe this is kind of what you needed at that time or whatever, it will work on you. And obviously it works for a lot of people because, they end up getting a lot of people in their web, in their lair, into their situation because they are very charming. They know how to mirror you. They use those mirror neurons to kind of figure out what it is that you want and become that. It worked on me. It worked on a lot of different people. And so, but now once you become equipped, once you become knowledgeable, you can start to see it almost as a third person, and you can start to go, wait a minute, I know what's going on here, and not allow that to happen with you again the next time. Right? Once you get out of that, though, they do become public enemy number one, and you go into that discard phase and you start to see where they turn against you. And that's when they start filing unnecessary motions, refusing to give documents to you, say they want to settle and they never do, and rack up the fees and blame it on you and all that sort of thing. So that's when it can get kind of hairy. That's where I come in and I can help you with all that sort of thing. So it makes it difficult, definitely not impossible. And I know how to win. So I know how to help you so that you can get to the other side. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. I promise you that it is something that you can get through, but not alone, not alone. So that's why I'm telling you, make sure you definitely grab my free Crush My Negotiation Prep worksheet. Go to winmynegotiation.com and get that. It's a free ebook. It'll help you tremendously. And it's a 15-page ebook. It will help you a lot to get started with your negotiations. For sure, get that, get started with that. And also join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. That will help you a lot too. Make sure you have subscribed here to this channel. And the next video that you should watch is how to know when you're being used by a narcissist, how to know when you're being used by a narcissist. So remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life, and I will see you in that next video.